What's up, Cancer? Welcome to your love reading for November. Perfect for Cancers who are Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus Cancers. This is going to be strictly about love, darling. If you wanted a general reading, I have that as well. I'll have the link down below in the description box. Yeah, check it out if that's something that you want to do. Also, just be aware, I tell everybody beginning every video, these messages aren't going to resonate with every single Cancer. Please check out your other signs so that hopefully you can get a little bit more information, a little bit more insight, paint a better picture, whatever. Cancer. Okay. This month, no matter what happens, and I'm going to actually pull some clarifiers for some of these cards. I just feel like I need to, but one thing to know, Cancer, at the end of the day, you have the power. The ball is totally in your court, which I feel like is a very similar message to Gemini. If you happen to be a Cancer that's on the cusp of Gemini, you might want to watch that video. Because you're coming in strong, starting here with the Magician card, and that was also a very, very much a theme in their reading of having the ball in your court. I feel like with this, with you guys, it's no different. So definitely if you're dealing with a Gemini, on the cusp of Gemini, strong placements with Gemini, check that out. It seems like the underlying, I don't want to say issue, but yeah, kinda. There's a need for balance in this relationship. There's a need for reciprocity. There's a need for that give and take. It feels to me, Cancer, like you feel like you do more of the giving. And so your scales are a little bit off. I think this month you guys are trying to get put back on. Really trying to balance. And this isn't always. Now, I do feel like, your money matters might affect your relationship. And what I mean by that is, especially, I'm getting if, let's say you're with someone, been dealing with someone, and almost like you keep dealing with someone because it's cheaper to keep her. I'm hearing that for somebody. It's cheaper to keep her. So money may have something to do with your relationship in that way. That's not going to be for everybody. But definitely I feel like there's an imbalance. And it's like you guys are trying to get back on track. And figure out what that means for you in terms of this relationship, what brings balance. Not necessarily equal, because having equal and balance are different things. In relationships, nothing is completely equal, right? Because we're all stronger in different areas of a relationship and we give to people in different ways. That's why we talk about like the love language, how there's 5 of them and everybody's love language is different and all this stuff. Nothing is ever equal. There's no such thing as equal. My arms aren't the same length. My boobs aren't the same size. My eyebrows aren't exactly the same. There's nothing equal. But it's very important, that sense of having balance. And that's something different, right? So what could look like a balanced relationship? Well, for one relationship, that could be like one person handling more of the financial aspect and another person handling more of the emotional aspect or whatever. And even though their jobs are kind of different, their strengths are different, their roles are different in their relationship with what they're working with, that feels balanced for them. So very different things between equal and balance. I feel like you guys are trying to find balance right now because it feels like there has not been any. I feel like you guys have always felt like you're giving more to the situation, whether it's emotionally, physically, with your money, whatever. And I feel like you guys are just trying to get recalibrated, really. Now, the ball is in your court. You guys do have power. You guys are in a place right now where you're able to manifest exactly what you want. I think it is important that Cancer realizes, though, what it is that they want. I feel like your vision's a little bit cloudy. I feel like you're a little bit confused. Again, there's that stuck energy. You guys have the 2 of Swords now, right? This is definitely needing to make a decision. This placement is like how you view your other person. So for some of you guys, I feel like maybe you've been trying so hard at trying to make something work for somebody else and you feel like they're not budging. So it's like, look, can't you see? I've been trying. And they're just like, nope, don't see it. Sorry, I'm blindfolded. My heart's crossed, whatever. I feel like you view this person as indecisive and sometimes nitpicky. I don't know, I'm hearing that. I feel like for a lot of you, no matter what you give to this situation, it's like they're never satisfied. But I also feel like there's no real clarity. Like, it feels to me like you do things in an effort to nurture this love, but you don't even know that these things affect that other person, like, because they may not be saying anything, right? So let's say you bought your girl a new watch or something, or even just something that's super like necessity that she needed, that she didn't ask you for, but you were thoughtful enough to do that. It's almost like you're not getting that reciprocation. I feel like you feel like they're a little bit closed off, a little bit guarded, and a little bit hiding things from you. I still feel like there's little mini secrets maybe between you and this person, but on their end, right? The Two of Swords definitely comes down to needing to make a decision, needing to see something clearly, needing to gain that clarity. Now, what's following that is you have the Emperor card. So, and this is how you view them. So you could be dealing like with an Aries sign person, but I just feel like you're dealing with someone who's like bossy and a dictator. I feel like you're dealing with someone who likes to tell someone how to do things. Like, they like to sit in the seat and be like, oh yeah, that needs to be moved over there. Thanks. Oh, can you do that over there? It's almost like, because the Emperor doesn't actually put in physical work, right? Not that he can, but he tells people what to do. So it almost feels like you feel like you're dealing with someone who's like, I'm putting in all the work. You're just telling me what the fuck I need to do, but what are you really doing while you're sitting there and telling me, kind of thing. You could be dealing with someone who's bossy, feels like they're uncompromising at times, feels like they're very stoic in their, like how they feel about you. I don't feel like they give you much emotion. Cancer, you guys are emotional in the best way. I love y'all. But it's almost like this person doesn't give you, like, the best this person can give you is some sort of stability. That's it. But there's no true, like, this person doesn't really make you feel strong. This person doesn't really make you feel powerful. This person doesn't really make you feel loved. This person doesn't really make you feel like you know if they really love you, or if like they're with you because they're with you. It's almost that kind of sense. There is no balance in that. There is no reciprocity in that. Again, you guys could be dealing with an Aries person. Now, where this person is Hanged Man energy. So they're stuck. It's like, here you are, and you view them as someone who's being stuck. You view them as someone who's being in their head and not able to make a decision. Now, there may be some things that they feel like they need to sit on to get a little bit more clues to see what's really going on. But if this is something that's been long and ongoing, and they're like almost like playing a game with you, like, well, I just need to see, before I move on. For some of you, it feels like it's been like this game. I talked about in your general reading, this cycle. You guys go through a cycle. It seems like it's kind of trying to repeat itself. This person needs to gain perspective on things, and they need to see that I just don't feel like they appreciate you the way that you want them to, but you still love them, and you still like, it's still something that you'd be willing to try. But even with that, I don't even know how much love there is. It almost feels like there's obligation, or almost like you love this person, but you're not in love with them anymore, right? It's like all the decisions you feel like you guys have been making lately have not even been heart inspired, even though at the end of the day, it's for the sake of love. It just feels like these decisions don't come from a loving place, or like a place of like, ooh, I just love you and I feel this and I just want to build this with you. It's almost like, okay, well, it's like protocol. Like, this is what you do in a relationship. Okay, once you pass this step, then you go to the next. It almost feels robotic. But I do sense that this person is underappreciating you. It would be really good for them to gain some more perspective and really see how important you are in their lives, right? They need to do some meditating and some higher seeking, like y'all are doing with that unicorn card in the general. With all this purple's all about the crown chakra, right? It's really about connection to divine source, connection to a higher power. It's like, I feel like they're missing that. So all these things that you're doing, all these attempts that you're making in order to make these people happy, I don't feel like they really see it that much, because I feel like their head is always in the future. Like, you know, it's like almost like you're dealing with someone who's not able to just live in the now and be appreciative of like dumb little things in the now. It's like they don't really see that things have moved or turned unless there's big monumental things happening. And I feel like over time with you guys, it's kind of made you feel small, right? Now, after that, you guys got the Three of Wands. If you've been a little distant with your lover, I feel like they can kind of sense that. I feel like part of the reason why they're always on you about what you need to do, what you should be doing, is because I feel like there's this fear in them that if they're not doing that, then you're plotting and planning for something else. They see you as someone who's waiting for another ship to roll in. So again, if you're dealing with someone who has major insecurities and like, let's say, because again, Cancer, we've been talking about this third party shit for so long. And I explained all that in the general reading. Please watch that, especially between you guys having this. There's been so much third party energy between Cancer, air, and fire for the last like 4 months. So they may feel like you are like waiting for something else. The problem with all this is too, it's like in their highest desire for the relationship, they don't even know what they want. They're so stuck. I feel like they're so stuck in the past. If this is someone that you've been trying to like be with, establish something, reconcile something, it's like they can't get look, if you sorry, I'm getting so many messages at once that I'm trying to slow this down enough. I'm feeling really passionate about it. Cancer, if this to me feels like someone who likes to how do I say this with being nice but honest? This feels to me like someone who likes to be a victim. This feels like to me someone who is comfortable, even though it makes them miserable. It feels like someone to me who is comfortable being upset and like constantly bringing up the past or constantly picking fights with things in the future. This feels like someone who just does not know how to get out of their head. They don't know how to get out of their head. They don't know how to get out of their head. And look, they don't know how. With the Hangman and the Nine of Swords, it's like they need to gain more perspective. They probably need to talk to more people. Counseling, therapy might be good for you guys. Because this person's like every single time you try to come through with your magician energy and make changes and do things that you would think that this person would recognize, they don't know how to get out of their head. So it's like if you're doing things right now trying to mend something, but let's say there was turbulence in the past with this person, they're still stuck on what you did 9 months ago. Just so you know. They're still stuck on it. And they don't know how to get out of their head. So where it is like you have the magician and you're able to make things happen, right? The ball is completely in your court. You see them as this person who's kind of miserable and can't decide. So what are you guys doing, I guess, is my question. Like, if you see all this, where does this leave you? Because I don't feel like this is anything that's brand new. It takes time to stack up 9 swords. Okay? It takes time. It takes time. You got to be doing some really weird shit to get yourself hung up upside down in a tree, right? This isn't something that just happened. I just feel like it's something that you're just fighting for, again, because it could be out of comfortability. This is something that you guys are both used to. And almost like it feels like this relationship with this person, it's toxic. Not to say they're a bad person, not to say they're a toxic person, not to say you're a toxic person. Sometimes really good people are toxic for us because they don't gel with us, and that's fine. I know some great people in terms of just being great people who are great people, but they're not good for me. They're not good for me. It almost seems like this type of energy. Now, what your block is simply moving on. You got the Chariot. Your block is you, right? This is your you card. This is a Cancer card. I feel like the biggest thing right now blocking you guys is you, because again, you guys are standing here with the power to fix or move on or whatever from this energy. The thing is, you guys really have the power in your hands. with this divine masculine energy, right? You're able to make things happen, but you are stalling because you're so worried about what they're worried about. It's like you guys are trying to jump out of your head and out of your emotions to jump inside theirs, but you already know that their shit's weird. Like, you know, like, honestly, I'm getting the movie. What was that crazy ass movie that Jennifer Lopez was in? What, The Cell? Or something where she's a psychiatrist or whatever and she's stuck in this crazy motherfucker's mind. Like, it's like you guys would rather be stuck in their crazy mind that you know is not making sense to you, rather than move forward in whatever way that means for you. Chariot is all about moving forward fast, moving forward, into victory. It's about having balance, right? You've got the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, the duality. And you guys aren't making this happen. I'm telling you, the ball's in your court. You guys can make whatever this is. Like, y'all can, look, you guys have the power, but it's like you guys aren't flexing your power. Now, the best advice going forward, Page of Pentacles comes whenever we are on the cusp of new things. That's all, when all pages come, right? It's kind of like that intro going into something, right? And the Pentacles in general is stability. It's your money. It's your health. It's your wealth. It's whatever material things are out there. I feel like you need to place focus elsewhere rather than on this person. And elsewhere meaning your money. I think it would be best for you to start planning ahead independently. Whether you choose to work on this relationship still or not, I mean, that's really your business and it's really up to you. But I feel like there's an emphasis on needing to start over in terms of other things. I just feel like you need other things in your life that you enjoy, that will bring you stability, that can, at the end of the day, be a part of your legacy. You're just spending too much focus on low vibrational shit. Sorry. Some of you guys might be going back to school, or needing to go back to school. Like, let's say there's something that you want to do, like, and some type of trade, and you're learning how to do it. I just feel like there's shifts in things. Now, in terms of your relationship, it's like y'all are going to have to go to the drawing board with this. I feel like it's really, really, really important that you look at yourself, your life, your situation, and look at what you want in order to move forward. And from a practical sense too. It's like, it's hard when you love someone, but it's not working. But you can still love them. You can still love them from afar. My son's father. No, but yes, I still love him. You know what I mean? Like, I love him from afar. I love him that he's my son's dad. There's no anything else with that. And for me, it took a while to separate that and be like, but how do I do that? I think this is an important lesson for you guys. Maybe that the things that you've loved in the past are not working out for you in the future because we're constantly evolving, and maybe you're evolving into something greater. And so that way you guys just don't align anymore. And that's okay. You don't owe nobody shit. You know what I mean? Like, you don't. I think it's really important that you guys go back to the drawing board and really relearn what you want, what you find valuable in relationships. Because again, with this Emperor card, it feels to me like the way you view them is it's something I can count on. It's something I'm comfortable with. It's something that's stable. There's no love there. No real love there. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you go back to your drawing board and really, really get clear, using your intuition, what works for you and what feels good for you and what feels stable for you and what feels long-lasting for you, then you come back into your power of King of Cups. King of Cups is so emotionally intelligent, y'all. Like, look at him. He's floating on his throne in water, in the ocean. This person is emotionally balanced. This person is very caring. This person is very kind. This person is very patient with himself and others. This person's all about humanity, all about inclusiveness, all about, community. This person cares. And right now, I think you guys are in a place, I almost feel like you guys have been hanging out with people, some of you, that they bring your vibration down because maybe they're more pessimistic in thought, which I have to say, Cancer, I think you guys run a little bit more pessimistic naturally than you do optimistic. No shade. I get it. I love y'all still. But I feel like when you guys are around that in your environment, it's easy for you guys to get back to that place. when really you don't belong that. You belong where you are. You belong in your highest power of getting shit done, knowing you have the capabilities to, being that King of Cups person and moving forward. This is where your power lies, Cancer, right? So anything else, you just really can't afford it. You just really can't afford it. Okay? So, you guys got trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Absolutely. Have faith. But not necessarily having faith in this person, in this idea, in this specific relationship. I think you guys just need to have faith in general that everything's going to work out. And having faith and knowing that you don't have to sacrifice the things that you want and the things that you care for in order to be happy. Trust that everything is working the way it's supposed to be working. Because the chances are we mirror whoever we're with, right? The chances are if you're feeling this way about this person, they're feeling this way about you. We mirror the emotions. So it's like, what the fuck are both of y'all just sitting there wasting each other's time for? You deserve to have love. They deserve to have love. It doesn't have to be with each other. And sometimes we love each other for seasons. They teach us all these lessons that we need to go. And then we go and then we find the person we're supposed to be with. And that's fine too. There shouldn't be any shade or anything in that. And not to say that there shouldn't be any heartbreak in that. Trust me, I know. Trust me. I'm even sitting here talking about it because I've been through this. Any advice that I give you guys, it's not because I'm like wagging my finger at you. It's because I've already been there. Probably a few times. You know what I mean? And I'm just speaking from experience and speaking from what, like, friends that I've, been there with and counseled and all this stuff. Like, this is just what it is. But I feel like you guys' happiness is very much important. I feel like finding balance in your situation is very much important to you guys. I feel like you've been off balance for a while. You're trying to come back into your you-ness, and you're coming back into it. I think you just need to start back over. Start over in terms of really getting clear on what it is that you value in relationships. Because again, I feel like all you're getting is the stability and the security of knowing that I'm in a relationship. It doesn't feel like there's no even fucking cups there. Like, there's nothing. They're giving you nothing. They're giving you Nine of Swords energy. They're giving you Hangman. It's okay, Cancer. I love you guys. If you would like a personal reading, please reach out. Email me. She's vibeytarot@gmail.com. I love you guys. I will see you in the next read. Bye, Cancer.